Every week on this channel, I take 2 to 3 Fiverr freelancers who have signed up for my no-nonsense gig audit, and I show you exactly what they're doing wrong and, more importantly, how to fix it so that they can start landing orders. But this week, we're switching it up, because today, I'm helping one of my competitors. Yeah, competitor. Someone in exactly the same Fiverr niche as me go from where they are right now to becoming a top-rated Fiverr seller. Now, I'll be breaking down their gigs, pointing out exactly what's holding them back, and giving them the same high-level advice that I'd use to grow my own Fiverr business. So, if you're serious about landing your first orders or scaling your existing Fiverr income, everything I share in this video will apply to you too. And if you're ready to take Fiverr seriously and want real momentum, you can go ahead and sign up for my 14-day Freelancer Accelerator program. It's designed for freelancers who are done guessing and ready to get results. Links in the description if you're serious. Now, let me introduce you to the seller that I'll be helping today, Rahil. He's offering some solid services, but he's missing a few key things that are stopping him from standing out. So let's dive into his gigs and I'll show you exactly how we're going to turn him into a Fiverr powerhouse. Now, this is Rahil's profile right here. And straight away, we can see the profile picture is great. My OCD is telling me that his profile picture is not in the center and he should really crop it a little bit more. But generally, he is a spokesperson, actor and video producer. So he has to look good on camera, right? He does exactly the same that I do. So he's offering spokesperson services. He's from Pakistan. However, the languages he offers is English, Hindi, Urdu, I guess that's how you say it, and Punjabi. And straight away, we can see that he has an intro video. So let's just give this a quick watch.
Are you looking for ways to promote your brand, product, and service? Well, congratulations. You have finally landed on the right gig. My name is Rahim, and I'll be your company's video spokesperson. I have been providing my services on Fiverr for quite a while.
So this is great. Now, when you produce a video, and I would pretty much recommend everybody produce a video for their Fiverr profile. Now, this is an intro video, so he doesn't actually have to edit this video as much as what he is doing right now. Realistically, this is more of a gig video than an intro video. The intro video, which sits on your actual profile, generally doesn't really need to be that edited. It's just you sitting down explaining who you are and kind of what you do. It's just a great little video so that clients can potentially get to know you better. But one thing that is good, now straight away within the first 12 seconds, we've already seen different background setups that Rahil does, different outfits, the fact that he can do vertical and horizontal videos, the fact that he can do green screen. So if this was a gig video, then this is fantastic because we already see a series of what he's done and his previous work and what he can do for us as a potential buyer. So this is great. And there is a few, let's say, checklist items when it comes to creating a video. So if we scroll back to here, number one, we want a good setup. Now, not everybody is going to be in the spokesperson niche, so not everybody is going to have a fantastic setup for their video, but you can make one. It's very easy. You don't need a lot of space. You can use a corner of your room or just a blank wall. The biggest things which are going to make your video look better is plants and accent lighting. Accent lighting is any kind of lamps like Rahil has right here, any kind of lamps or lighting to put in the background. These are always going to make your videos look better, and the same here with plants. Any kind of greenery, it will make the video pop. So it's that simple. The next thing is he presenting himself well? Yeah, he's dressed smart. And again, this is something you need to take into account. When you're producing your video, don't just wear a tracksuit or whatever you're wearing. Think about actually ironing your shirt or wearing something half decent. Please don't just wear a t-shirt. Look kind of professional, right? The setup is all good. Audio, is it good? Yes, we can see he's got a lavalier mic right here. And generally lavalier mics are great for situations where, number one, they're cheap. You can pick them up off Amazon for like $30 or something like that. But also, even if you don't have a sound treated room, meaning you don't have sound panels, you can use a lavalier and it's going to pick up your voice still pretty well. if you do want to take it to the next level, then a podcast mic is the way to go if you don't have a sound treated room, because with podcast mics, you don't get the echo in from the room or anything like that. So these are the best option. However, it's the most expensive option. Okay, so that is his video so far, which is great. Let's move forward with his video a little bit more. So
wonderful videos with professional cameras and lighting for amazing clients just like you. And the feedback speaks for itself. Whether you need a simple green screen background, a virtual office, or a real background for more authenticity, I've got you covered.
So this is perfect. The way that he's actually edited his video is very nice, but like I say, this is more of a gig video than it is an intro video. But the fact that he's showing us all these different backgrounds that he can do is absolutely perfect, because it gives potential buyers just the visual straight away that, hey, he can do this, 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 perfect. That would work great for my video, okay? So this is where you want to be going. So video, absolutely perfect. Good job on the video. If we go down to his About Me section, this is also very nice. And the reason this is nice is because he's not giving us his life story. He's actually talking about what he can do as well. Now, hello, I'm Rahil, a professional spokesperson and video creator with over 4 years of experience crafting impactful videos for businesses and brands. I specialize in spokesperson videos, UGC content, and full video production to enhance your brand's message. Okay, great. So we've got a little bit about him and his experience, but then we've also got a little bit about the types of videos that he produces. I can deliver videos in English, Urdu, Hindi, and Punjabi, helping you reach a diverse audience, whether you need a green screen setup, professional editing. Okay, cool. A little bit about him and then exactly what he does as well. So it's not completely a life story about, hey, I studied here, I qualified here. No, a little bit about him. The rest is what he offers, what his service is that he offers, and what he's a professional in. Okay, which is great. Now, let's get down to his gigs, because the truth is, any potential buyer is not going to see your profile, not unless they actively click on your profile through your gig. The first thing they're going to see is your gigs, because they're going to be searching on Fiverr and then they're going to come up with your gigs. Now, the big question, number one, are his gigs, do they interest us to click on them? Do they attract us to click on his gigs? The answer to that question is no. No, they don't. Not at the moment. And the reason for that is because he doesn't have thumbnails. For any of his gigs, he doesn't have thumbnails. He's just using a freeze frame of his videos, which is not great. So the thing is, the thing that's going to get a client to click onto your gig is your thumbnail. This is the biggest thing. Your title, which generally is more towards SEO and keywords to help Fiverr actually position you in search. And the last thing is your price. His prices are cheap. We can see that, $10 to $20. But the thumbnails are not catching us. So if we looked at other people in his niche, we would see straight away that actually his thumbnails are lacking majorly, and he needs to put more effort into this. Now, don't get carried away with the thumbnail. Generally, what you need is a picture of yourself in the thumbnail. You don't always need a picture of yourself. It really depends on the service that you provide. But if you put a picture of yourself, then it's going to build trust a lot more. People can see who they're going to be working with, and that trust is immediately gained. Also, we need a couple of words. Similar to YouTube, using 3 to 4 words on the thumbnail is a good way to go. So for example, he could simply have Hindi spokesperson, or Punjabi spokesperson, or professional office spokesperson, something like that, something that's going to be his USP. So this is the biggest thing. You want your USP, which is your unique selling point. That is what you want on your thumbnail. I'll give you a prime example. I've got another guy on my 14-day Accelerator course. His name is Sam. He does paid social media ads. He manages them. He's actually worked for a company for about 7 years now. And he's worked with big brands like Red Bull, Honda, Jaguar, Range Rover, and other brands like that. Big brands dealing with their paid social media. He's now decided to branch out on his own and get onto Fiverr. Now, he created his thumbnail the other day and showed me. Generally, it wasn't that great. There was too much information and it was just too generic. So I told him, this is what we do. We have a photo of you, then we have just 4 words social media ad expert. That's it. That's going to be the biggest writing. And then with his silhouette, his picture of him, we're going to have $25 million plus market spend and an arrow pointing to him. So basically, this is going to be a hook point. The fact that he has managed over $25 million for different clients. And then in the other corner, we're just going to have a selection in a very elegant way so it doesn't look cluttered. We're going to have a selection of logos from the previous clients that he's already worked with. And then we're simply going to have a small text saying previous clients, arrow. That again is another USP and hook point because people are going to see, okay, social media ad expert, hold on a second. He's already managed over $25 million and he's worked for these brands. I'm going to click on him. So it's that simple. It has to be something that's going to attract people to click onto your gig. So Rahil has failed here. That's the truth. He needs to sort out his thumbnails. Now, next thing is we're going to click on one of his gigs. His titles seem okay, but let's click on one of his gigs. So let's go for this one right here. Now, as a potential buyer, the first thing we're going to see is potentially his feedback, but we're going to see his gallery first. This is the first thing that draws our eye. So if you remember, like back in the day, I don't even know if these are still around now, but we had heat maps. So anybody that had a website, we could install a plugin which was like a heat map, and it would show us exactly where clients who were visiting our website came to first. So we don't have a heat map, but I can basically tell you what the heat map is right now, okay? The first thing people are going to do when they click on your gig, they're going to look at your gallery. And the big question is, does your gallery persuade the client to continue looking at your gig or click off? Okay, so this is where your gallery comes in. Right now we have the video. Again, no thumbnail, but we are going to watch the video. As a potential client, we're going to watch the video.
Are you looking for ways to promote your brand, product, and...
So problem is, okay, this video is good. We already agreed on that. But it's the same video as his intro video. So this video is great as a gig video, but his intro video he needs to remake. It doesn't need this level of editing. We just need to get to know Rahil a little bit more. So the video, as we said, it's good. It's actually pretty decent. But then we click to the next slide and we see a photo of him. Okay, nice. But what's the point here? What is the point? Is he showing us, hey, this is a potential background? Who knows? There's no context. And a lot of sellers have exactly the same. They generally stick extra PNGs or PDFs in their gallery with no context whatsoever. And without context, meaning a simple sentence or some wording, clients have no idea what the purpose of this is. So for this, is this a background option? We have no idea. You know, we literally have no idea whatsoever. And obviously in this situation, we can probably guess that this is a background option, but in some sellers, they put up PNGs and it's just unclear as to what it is. So especially, for example, people who are doing like, you know, paid ads or something like that, they take a screenshot of the paid ads dashboard and they paste it up here with no context. And it's like, what am I looking at? Just a bunch of figures. So we need context. Okay, and again, another photo from him. Obviously, we can see that these are the two background options that he's offering. This is great, but give us context. All you have to simply have is a little bit of text up here, background 1 and background 2. This will also make it really simple when a client decides to order because they will say, oh, I want background 2 or I want background 1. So similar to exactly what I have, when somebody clicks on my gig, my gallery is the first thing that they see and they have background options. Now in the spokesperson category, and of course this will vary depending on what niche you're in and what service you offer, there are going to be some important aspects that every buyer wants. For me, it's background options. Background options and outfits. So for here, for example, clients can see that, hey, they can have a TV screen with their logo if they want. They can have a more gamey setup with a podcast mic. They can also have 2 computer screens if they want a little bit more IT. So, and they can also see that all the lighting can be changed. So completely custom lighting. Clients want this. Yeah, clients want to be able to see this. Background options. Custom backgrounds can be created to fit your brand. Message me for details. There's context. Okay, there is context. There's not just random photos, but there is context. And then if we go a step further, we can create a PDF. Now, the PDF is purely to support the gig. It's purely to add extra information so that the client can see in a visual way, in a very easy and visual way, exactly what it is I offer, what they can get, the types of videos I can produce, and the brands that I've worked with, okay? From this, they don't technically really need to read my description or anything like that because it says everything here in a much cleaner way. And this is exactly what Rahil needs to do. There's nothing here. We're missing background options. We're missing outfit choices. Again, outfit choices could be casual, semi-formal, formal. So we have different options, and these are things that clients will choose within this niche and within this category. If you're in a different category, let's say copywriting, for example, the thing that I would want to see from a client's perspective is I would want to see different pieces of copy that you've done. This could be emails, this could be blog posts, this could be sales copy. I want to be able to see and view different types of copy that you've done so that I can see, okay, their writing is good. Yep, they're really good at email copy, so I'm going to choose them. Okay, if you can't show us that, then we're probably going to click off. Okay, so just think your gallery is to do two things. It's to sell your service and to explain your service in a better way. All right. If you can do that in your gallery, you're golden. You are seriously golden. And clients will then go to the next step, which will be looking at your packages and looking at your prices. Now we can see, okay, basic, up to 30 words, simple background, casual dressing, 1080p video, HD sound, most affordable. Okay, cool. Up to 30 words, corporate dressing. Now, the thing is here, I'm not sure why he's basically charging us an extra $10 in a way to wear a suit. In this service, that's not something you should do, okay? People get a choice of what outfit they want you to wear. You can't say, hey, this one's gonna cost you this much. Maybe if you're wearing like a chicken suit, yeah, fair enough. But just like going from casual to formal, no, you can't charge people more for that. So, the difference between his basic and standard, generally there's really not that much. Basic editing, engaging video. What is basic editing? You need to explain this to the client exactly what this is, and this is what you potentially could explain in your gallery. Exactly like I've explained it in my packages, but they can see basic plan plus zooms, background music, logo display, product images display. So it gives them a better understanding of what kind of editing is included. And this is what you want to do on your packages. You want to be able to tell people kind of what they're paying for, yeah? You can't just have some ambiguous or generic text. You need to be able to tell people kind of what they're going to be buying, all right? Same with a premium. We go up to 60 words here, advanced editing, sound effects. Okay, so he's done better here. He's actually told us what they're getting. Unlimited revisions. If this is not the first time you're watching one of my videos, you'll probably know that I always advise against unlimited revisions for two reasons. One, you're going to get annoying clients. Clients who will ask for revision after revision after revision after revision because they can. You're offering unlimited and they will take advantage of this sometimes. Number two, it's showing that you have no faith or, you don't believe in your work. It's like, I can do your project for you, but I offer unlimited revisions because there's a chance you might need it because I'm going to get it wrong so many times. Seriously, 1 to 3 revisions max, okay? Of course, you can then, depend on the client and depending how they are, it's down to your discretion if you give them more free revisions, but 1 to 3 revisions maximum. Unlimited, no. Never do it. Okay, so from your packages, we see prices. And from a client's perspective, we're going to say, okay, are these within our price range? Is he offering something that I want within my price range? Yeah, okay, cool. That's great. Time of delivery, 2 days, fantastic. Very low time of delivery, which is always good. Then we go down to his description. Now, your description is basically, it's an extension of your gig. It's prime real estate. However, it's not a great way to tell clients what your gig's about, if that makes any sense. You should always be using your gallery for that. To be able to provide these visual aspects, it's going to make everything so much clearer and so much easier to understand. Your description, what we want in your description is a small paragraph, literally 2 sentences max, like a little introduction about you. Now, you can go a couple of ways with this. I would normally go with a hook point. So, for example, let's say this is about video content. I would say, did you know 68% of companies use video content in their marketing material? You know, like some kind of hook point that's going to get people like, oh, wow, if 68% do it, then maybe I should start doing it too. Yeah. Like just some kind of fun fact. And then I'd go into, hi, I'm Rahil, a professional Indian spokesperson, video presenter, and actor. Okay, not too much about me. Then I would go into my gig and what I offer. I would forget, why choose me? No, we don't need this. Okay, experience, we can already see if you're experienced from your videos up here. Okay, we don't need to hear about your experience purely because we have 1,200 characters to use in our description. And you are wasting characters by putting this when you could actually be using it for more sales copy to encourage people to buy your service. Engaging. My on-screen presence will make your message stand out. No. Again, absolute bullshit. Get rid of it. It's not necessary. Great service. I'm dedicated to customer satisfaction and aim to exceed expectations. Doesn't everybody? Like, why are we saying this? That is the whole point. You know, like, it would be crazy if you didn't do this, yeah? So all of this, completely get rid of. We have a small introduction about you, then we have a little bit about your gig, and then you can go into how your gig potentially can help the client, yeah? What it can do and what you can offer. So he does do this a little bit, but he's only touched on this in regards to the languages that he speaks. Other than that, he hasn't touched on what it is he offers at all. So for example, I want to know what the difference between the basic and the premium gig is. I would have here basic, what it includes, bullet points, standard, what it includes. I would also have like optional extras. So for example, I don't know if this is on this gig here, but for example, what can you expect from this gig? Full 1080p HD or 4K video in a home, office, or other environment. Studio quality audio, custom background lighting and logo. Okay, and then we also go through optional extras. So these are all optional extras. Like a lot of people are like, oh, wow, I can actually order some custom clothing for you. Yeah, you can. It's something that not many other people are doing. You know, I ordered 2 polo shirts yesterday. And of course, I make a profit on them as well, yeah? I don't just charge the cost of the polo shirt, I charge extra. So it's an optional add-on. And of course, I can make more money from that too. So we have all these optional extras. And then it gives clients like, oh, well, he can do this. Perfect. Oh, he can even do script writing. And there's extra revisions if I want, or express delivery. So we can see like, okay, this could be a good option. Okay. And this is exactly what Rahil, or even yourself, if you're watching this right now and you have a Fiverr gig, this is how you should be laying out your Fiverr description. Another big thing in your Fiverr description is your portfolio, and we're about to get to that. So from a client's perspective, we've gone through your gallery, we've gone through your packages, we've come down to your description. Now we're gonna keep scrolling down, potentially. Probably only about maybe 30% of clients carry on scrolling down, but we're gonna carry on scrolling down. And we're gonna see, they have a portfolio. Now, like I say, only about 30% of clients will come down to this portfolio. So it's good, but I wouldn't focus so much on this. I would more focus on creating your own external portfolio. Whether that's, and again, it depends on what service you offer. This could be through a landing page website. It could be through a Google Drive. It could be through a YouTube channel. However you want to create your portfolio. Obviously, a landing page is always going to be more professional looking. And the benefit with that is on that landing page, what you can do is put your social media icons and you can kind of direct clients to your social media, or they have the potential to contact you through your landing page, basically taking them off of Fiverr so that then you won't have to pay the 20% fee to Fiverr. Now, this again is completely up to you. Do I recommend doing this? Yes and no. If the client decides to contact you, you didn't actively take them off of Fiverr. It was up to the client. So it's down to your discretion what you decide to do. But just remember, if you do take clients off of Fiverr, always get, especially if they're new clients, always get at least 50% of the payment upfront. Okay. So for me, if they're new clients, I always say, look, this is how I work, 50% upfront. Then I will deliver the work, obviously with watermarks over it. And then I need the other 50% before finally delivering the final piece of work without the watermarks. Okay. If it's a repeat client, I always get 100% of the payment upfront, purely because the repeat client trusts me. Yeah, so there's no reason why they can't pay 100% upfront. So that is something you always need to make sure of. Do not start doing any work without some payment secure first. If we look at Rahil's portfolio, we can click. Okay, this is really cool, yeah? So this is a nice portfolio piece, yeah? We've got editing. It looks good. It really does look good. But if we go to some of his others, the problem with some of his other videos, I would not personally say that they are portfolio pieces because this is just him talking. There's a couple of small animations, but that is literally it. There is nothing more. So for me, this is not a portfolio piece. I wouldn't be proud of this. So this is not something that I would show off. And I noticed it's the same with a couple more of Rahil's videos. Again, not a lot going on regarding the editing wise. So this is not portfolio worthy, okay? So the work that goes in your portfolio is those that's going to get the client to be like, wow, this is amazing. Now, you can have your portfolio on Fiverr, which I would recommend, but again, we need to also think about having your portfolio off of Fiverr and actually have an external portfolio. The reason for this is because you're going to put it in two places. The first place you're going to put it is in your gig descriptions, okay? You're going to highlight, hey, this is my portfolio and a link. Obviously, clients can't click it, but they can copy and paste the URL. The second thing you're going to do is you are going to set up an automated message. So when a client contacts you, if you haven't responded literally immediately, they will get an automated message. And it can simply say, hey, thanks for reaching out. This is an automated message. I would always probably say it's an automated message because clients will realize anyway, this is an automated message, but I'll be sure to come back to you as soon as possible. In the meantime, check out my portfolio, and it gives them a link to your external portfolio. Okay? The benefit of this is that most clients, when they come to Fiverr, because there is an abundance of freelancers, they won't just be contacting you. They'll be contacting 3 or 4 other freelancers. They'll just be copy and pasting the message. Now, if they get an automated message back immediately with your portfolio and your portfolio is good, they will click the portfolio. They will see your work and be like, oh, wow, this guy's really decent. You know what? I will still potentially speak to other freelancers, but I am going to wait for this guy to respond. Now, if you didn't have that automated message and that portfolio, they would just copy and paste the same message to other freelancers, and it will basically be whoever responds fastest will probably get the project, okay? So it's a great way to secure the client, or at least 50% secure the client before you even speak to them. Okay, so it is actually a really good way to go. And I would recommend the portfolio is just a strong piece that you need in your Fiverr, okay? No matter what service you offer. So just to break it down real quick, Rahil needs to work on his thumbnails. There is no thumbnails, so we need thumbnails. Thumbnails are the most important. I would not even create a gig if I didn't have a thumbnail to add to that gig, okay? My gig just wouldn't go live. The second thing is, of course, the gallery. This is the second hotspot for the client. My gallery needs to be appealing. And by appealing, I'm just going to show you again real quick. On my one here, we have background options, how it works. And then also we have another PDF which I created, which is basically just some free value. Okay, it goes through some FAQs. It's basically a nice visual way. Now, don't get me wrong, probably most of the clients don't even look through this, but it's a nice visual way that clients can basically see exactly, what I'm offering and what I can do. So the gallery is the next big thing. From the gallery, it's the packages. From the packages, it's the description. From the description, it's the portfolio. If you get all of those pieces in one place, you are golden, okay? And before we finish the video, I just want to show one more thing, which is a big mistake that Rahil is making right now. And I made this in my first year on Fiverr. So Rahil has 4 gigs right now, 4 gigs, but he's only in 2 categories. All of these free videos right here, they're all in the same category, which is spokesperson videos. He's only got this gig right here, which is UGC, that's in UGC ads video. But on Fiverr, right now, Rahil has about 10 different categories that he can create gigs for. Now, I did the same. In my first year, all my gigs were in spokesperson video category because that's just what I thought was the right thing to do. But the fact is, if we go to video and animation, we can actually see all the different categories that Rahil and myself can be in. And again, this doesn't matter what niche you're in, you will find if you are doing copywriting, let's say copywriting, where would copywriting be? It would be writing and translation. Okay, we have website content, script writing, podcast writing, speech writing, proofreading, editing. These are all resume writing. These are all different categories of gigs which you could potentially offer if you're a copywriter. So expand. Don't stay in one category, but expand. The benefit of expanding is that there's going to be potentially more eyeballs on your gigs. You get an eyeball, let's say over here in this category on one gig, cool. They click on it. It might not be the gig for them, but then they'll click on your profile and then they'll see all of your other gigs, okay? So that's kind of the way it works. So this is another big thing to watch out for when you first start. If you have 3 different gigs, try not to put them all in the same category, try to space them out. But, and this is the big but, you don't just duplicate the same gig and put it in different categories. The gigs do have to be different. They have to be offering something different. Otherwise, there's really no point. So, Rahil, if you implement this, I pretty much guarantee that by the end of this year, you could become a top-rated seller on Fiverr if you really work hard at this. It is all about effort and grinding. And depending on what service you offer, these are exactly the same things that you can implement into your Fiverr gigs as well. If you do want that helping hand, that push to get started, no matter where you are right now, whether you're on Fiverr, whether you're not on Fiverr and you want to get started, then the 14-day Freelancer Accelerator program could be a good fit for you. Again, links in the description. Otherwise, check out this video right here from last week's gig audit, where I went through 3 other freelancers and told them exactly what they're doing wrong.